There's a new name in Greater Boston for those who volunteer. It's called GiveBackTime. Whether you volunteer consistently or you're just starting out, GiveBackTime.org is the place for you. Find local opportunities and connect directly with the nonprofits you want to support. Sign up electronically for times to volunteer with your favorite nonprofits. Keep track of your service hours and details for your records or to share with your friends and family. At GiveBackTime, we understand that you want to make a difference in the world, and we've created the perfect place for you to make that happen. Oh, and the best part is, it's completely free. GiveBackTime, serving those who wish to serve.
On this episode of GiveBackTime's Nonprofit Highlight, we take a trip to an elementary school in Arlington, Massachusetts to check out the innovative way a unique nonprofit is helping make sure kids stay fed when school is not in session. So I'm here at the Thompson School in Arlington, Massachusetts, where the organization of Arlington EATS is getting ready for their community meal. Let's take a look around and find out more about this organization. Once a month, Arlington EATS hosts a community meal open to all who are in need of one. Before each community meal, the group gathers to go over the drill and assign jobs to make sure the meal is a success for all involved.
I'm really excited for all the families to come and the kids to start eating our yummy food. So we just want to welcome you here. If you need anything, if you need a job, feel free to ask any of us. We want every family and person here to feel really welcome, so feel free during the meal to take...
Right outside of Boston, Massachusetts, sits the small but vibrant town of Arlington. And in the heart of East Arlington, there is a nonprofit organization battling childhood hunger in a unique way. I'll be honest, if I thought about drawing up a list of communities in Massachusetts that might have difficulties with childhood hunger, Arlington wouldn't top it. And in its defense, it certainly is a financially affluent community. But with that said, there are over 500 kids in the public school system that are granted free or reduced lunches during the school year.
I'm Nicole Melnik. I'm a kindergarten teacher at the Thompson School, and I have been involved with EATS for the last few years, helping especially with the weekend food program, helping to order the food, helping to reach out to the families and having them come here and pick up the food and take it home for the weekend. And now I'm really involved in the program that you're here to see this evening with the community meals.
The community meal is served in the cafeteria at the Thompson School and has been known to serve as many as 75 meals on a given night. For privacy reasons, we haven't filmed the guests eating dinner, but from being there myself, I can say that the overall sentiment and tone was one of community and caring. There were no shortage of smiles and full stomachs.
That's fine. How about lettuce? Shredded lettuce?
We have shredded lettuce.
Awesome. So I have shredded lettuce.
in the boats originally.
No, because you have to ask. My thought was that was...
Being a teacher here, we kind of just started doing things in our own classrooms when we found that a child might be acting up, or we found that a child was hungry, or one particular student of mine was hiding under the table and kind of refusing to do work. And I went over and said, "What do you need?" And finally, the child admitted, "I'm hungry." And I said, "Okay, let's go in my mini fridge and let's find a snack for you." So I had some canned peaches and an apple, and that helped the child for the day. And then I just continued with that as the years went on. For the last 9 years, I've been a teacher here, so just reaching out to those students that were very obviously needing a snack. And then as the program developed, now every single child has access to snacks here.
A fact that I was surprised to learn was that there were over 500 kids in the public school system on free or subsidized lunches. When school is not in session due to holidays, snow days, or vacations, for example, children that would normally be receiving lunch through these programs are simply out of reach. So Arlington EATS fills that gap in need by organizing free lunches at the Thompson School during vacation weeks and throughout the summer.
at the end of the school year, we talk about, children that are in the next year's teacher's class, and we would mention those are students who, might need a little extra snack here and there. And I just feel like, especially at Thompson, we're a really inclusive school, and we get to know our kids very quickly, and we know that, they might be hungry, and that might be the reason they're acting out. That might be the reason they can't focus on their work. And every child deserves a snack whenever they're hungry.
My name is Victoria Rose. I am the administrative assistant at Thompson School and the co-founder of Arlington EATS. I worked very closely with Susan Stewart, who is a member of Calvary Church and also a Thompson parent. And so about 3 years ago, we had some focus groups with Calvary Church in the lead for that, around homelessness in Arlington, the food pantry, and snacks at Thompson School, which was a big deal, trying to fulfill that. So we had these focus groups, and things were written up in the paper, and that kind of drew some people to talk to me about what can we do.
Hi, I'm Becca, and I'm on the Arlington EATS steering committee, and I help with community meals, food distributions, planning for the Beats for Eats event. And you asked what we do with the food that's left over. Some of it we bring to the Arlington Food Pantry, some we deliver to families, some if there's children at the school that didn't come here during the meal, then we'll try to get it to them in the next few days. So a variety of things.
So I'm sure by now you're all thinking how genius this is, and maybe wondering, how did this all get started? Well, co-founder Lauren Ledger explains.
There have been people in the community doing what Arlington EATS does formally for many, many years. Vicki Rose, who's one of the founders of our group, Susan Stewart, who's another founder of our group. People have been doing this, trying to get kids food for a number of years. About 2.5 years ago, I happened to be talking with Vicki, and I was a stay-at-home mom who had an MBA in public nonprofit business finance. And I wanted something hyper-local to spend my time on. So I sat down and I asked Vicki if she needed any help and knew of any problems. And she looked at me like I was a little crazy, saying, of course I know of things to do. I've been doing these things for years. We got together, sat down around a table, and tried to really formalize what needed to get done. We came up with a name. We found a fiscal sponsor for our organization. We started raising money, and we started recruiting volunteers.
Just a slotted spoon, like this.
I had the privilege of seeing one of the community meals in action, and let me tell you, the place was bustling even before any guests arrived. I was impressed with how synchronized the volunteer staff were with each other, and even the kids in elementary school had the opportunity to help alongside their parents as they served their community together.
Thank you, perfect. And the hubby's name I've already forgotten. Stephen. Thank you for coming, Stephen. No problem.
In every superstar operation like this, there is always someone behind the scenes doing the foundational work to make things happen. At Arlington EATS, one of the individuals paramount to the program's success is Sadia.
My name is Sadia Rahman, and I'm working for food service for like a cooking person.
So we have servers. A server will basically take an order, bring it to the kitchen.
I love to work in this school. Like I'm volunteering for this school like a 22A. But since I came here.
Some of the most successful nonprofit organizations know how to utilize volunteers effectively and efficiently. In addition, in order to foster a healthy and long-lived relationship with the volunteers, organizations must provide a positive and meaningful experience to the people who show interest in helping them out. Without this, most volunteers just soon not return. So I caught up with a couple of volunteers at the community meal to see what their experience was like.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Santacroce.
I'm Brenden Rock, and we've been living in Arlington for the last year and a half.
First time volunteering here at Arlington EATS.
And we've just had a tremendous experience. It's been very impactful being part of the community. Just to see everyone come here and contribute and be together, it means a lot for us as new residents here to be a part of it.
We have a really core group of about 35 people who volunteer regularly. And we have a wide range. For people who volunteered one time, it's probably 300 people have volunteered at some point for Arlington EATS, once or multiple times.
Who's looking for beef and chicken mixed?
That's his. This is all four of them. This gentleman's right here.
This is our second community meal. This is a chance for children in the Arlington school systems and their families to join us for a nice sit-down evening with silverware, real silverware, and plates and cloth napkins, flowers on the table, wait staff who will come around and take orders for their dinner. We hope it's a way to bring the community together and also a way to ensure that our families have food for the weekends. We provide a pop-up pantry at this dinner, so after our guests have dined, they are free to take as much food as they can get home. We work with two main food rescue organizations, Food for Free in Cambridge and Food Link here in Arlington. And we are constantly in awe of both of these organizations. They rescue millions of pounds of food a year. Last month's dinner was sponsored by McDonald Contracting, and they paid and came and helped us execute the dinner last month. But for the most part, most of our money is from $50 donations throughout the year. And we have a lot of small donations. We have a lot of kindergartners giving us part of their allowances. We have Girl Scout troops having lemonade stands for us. We have adults having karaoke parties on our behalf. We have a lot of people making a real difference.
I was able to catch up with Ed McDonald from McDonald Contracting to get his take on Arlington EATS and learn what it was like for him and his staff to volunteer at February's community meal.
Ed McDonald with McDonald Contracting. We're located here in Arlington, and we specialize in residential remodeling and new construction. We were looking for something to do in the community. It was towards the Christmas season, and we didn't want to do a big generic nonprofit, so we were looking for something local. I'm from the town. I have a lot of connections here in town, so I figured Arlington EATS would be a good organization to contribute to and volunteer our time for. The community meal was this past January. Same type of thing, only it was they set up for a food pantry and they set up for a community meal. There's about 75 people there, and part of the contribution that we had, the money we donated went for the food, purchase of the food, and a lot of my employees went to help serve the meal and give out the food at the pantry. My team loved it. It was, it's just one of those things where you help out the less fortunate, you feel a little bit better about yourself after. Like I said, it was a great turnout. There were a lot of young kids, there were a lot of families. So I had great feedback from my crew. I thought it was a great experience. I get to connect with a lot of those people who live close by, who are members of the town that I have not met before. So I think Arlington EATS is a great local charity and organization, and I plan to continue to help in any way I can down the road.
So, there you have it. If you are interested in volunteering for Arlington EATS, you can find their volunteer opportunities listed on GiveBackTime at www.givebacktime.org. And until next time, happy volunteering.